is in the books. Both the Eagles and Chiefs took turns at the podium fielding questions from the media. Both teams will begin practicing on Wednesday. Meanwhile, the Rams and wide receiver Cooper Kupp officially working on a trade. Kupp releasing a statement Monday saying, quote, I was informed that the team will be seeking a trade immediately and will be working with me and my family to find the right place to continue competing for championships. I don't agree with the decision and always believed it was going to begin and end in L.A. Kupp, who turns 32 in June, is set to earn $20 million in 2025. Browns defensive end Myles Garrett has also requested a trade. Garrett stated, quote, my desire to win and compete on the biggest stages won't allow me to be complacent. The goal was never to go from Cleveland to Canton. It has always been to compete for and win a Super Bowl. Garrett has 2 years remaining on a 5-year, $125 million extension he signed in 2020. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
I had the worst dream last night. You were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
That's awful, hon.
My brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos. With Ethos, it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. It's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house.
Ethos, here we come.
Visit GetEthos.com. That's GetEthos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Billed monthly.
Well, happy Tuesday to you. It is the 4th day of February, 2025, and we are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXOL Centro, California. I'm Carroll. Jared in the newsroom. Good morning, Jared.
Good morning, Carroll.
Well, let's see. What's going on these days? Lots of things. And looking back in history, on this day, in 1783, Britain declared a formal end to hostilities with its American colonies that signified the end of the American Revolutionary War. About time, huh? Yeah. We had declared independence 7 years earlier. So, the Brits took some time to figure that one out, and they have been celebrating ever since. Whew. We don't have to put up with those crazy colonists anymore.
I think it was just the message took some time to make its way across the Atlantic.
Yes, yeah. And I did not realize growing up, in Reading, Pennsylvania. I lived in Reading, Pennsylvania till I was 9. Then we moved to Michigan. I did not realize till I was grown up and visiting Reading that maybe about a half mile, a mile or so from where we lived, there was a plaque that showed that there on that spot was where an encampment of Hessian soldiers were during the Revolutionary War.
Wow, interesting.
The Hessians, mercenaries who were on the British side. Well, they're on the side that paid me. Okay, so let's see. Today is Tuesday. Thursday, the Carrot Festival kickoff carnival with the Midway. And I understand Gabe Lemus has been practicing. He wants to win a stuffed carrot for his sweetheart. He figures it's a cheap way to get something for Valentine's Day, which is a week from Friday.
Hey, not a bad idea.
Yeah. But typically, that $1.98 stuffed toy cost you about $48.72 in change trying to win it, right?
Well, you never know. You can't. It's hard to trust those carnival games sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about some birthdays? You ready for the big shot birthdays?
Birthday time. Let's do it.
Okay. Actor Jerry Adler is 96. Actor Gary Conway, 89. John Steele, drummer for the Animals, 84. We mentioned singer Florence LaRue of the Fifth Dimension is 83 today. Singer Alice Cooper, 77. Actor Michael Beck, 76. Actor Lisa Eichhorn, 73. And let's see, who else has a birthday? Actor Gabriel Anwar, 55. Actor Michael Gorgian, 54. Actor Ashley Thomas, 24, is 40. Actor Charlie Barnett is 37. And actor Kyla Kennedy, 22. We've got local birthdays coming up.
Tuning into the baseball game, monitoring the incoming storm, catching your favorite talk show. These are just a few of the reasons more than 80 million Americans depend on AM radio each month. And did you know AM radio is the backbone of the emergency alert system, keeping us safe in dangerous times? It's reliable, free, and public safety depends on it. Text AM to 52886 and tell Congress we need AM radio in cars. This message furnished by the National Association of Broadcasters.
We have happy birthday wishes for Alma Gonzalez, Mary Alice Chirez, Vivian Estrada, Justin Vargas, Pam Hammond, Darren Fillmore, Kyle Sharp, Josie Ruiz, Jose Rascon, Leo Castillo, Audrey Cazares, Elizabeth Ramirez, Gilbert Astorga, and Andres Martinez. Happy birthday from KXO. Okie dokie. And, here we are, February 4th, right? Dry January has come to an end. Dry January, where you're asked to quit booze for a month. Research shows that saying no to alcohol can boost your mood, immune system, sleep, and aid in dropping weight. You know, I was a bit conflicted. I mean, because my old Uncle Bob always used to tell me, hey, kid, sobriety is for quitters. Uncle Bob was full of a lot of stuff, wisdom being one of them. Okay, we've got news. So are you ready for the news?
I'm ready for the news.
Okay, we're going to start off with a look at World in California news headlines, and it is brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. They deliver real-time updates about the air that we breathe.
CBS News Brief. Breaking news from Washington. Robert F. Kennedy Jr.'s bid to be the next health secretary will go forward. Lawmakers in the Senate Finance Committee have just voted in favor, 14-13 along party lines. The committee's top Democrat, Ron Wyden.
Making Robert Kennedy Secretary of Health and Human Services, in my view, colleagues, would be a grave threat to the health of the American people.
When they meet today, President Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu are expected to discuss maintaining peace in Gaza and securing the release of more hostages from Hamas. CBS's Natalie Brand.
It comes at a really critical time when the Trump administration will have to continue to mediate and help negotiate this phase 2 of the very fragile ceasefire deal.
Mexico's president has just announced her country has begun deploying 10,000 troops to the U.S. border in exchange for that pause on President Trump's tariffs. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news. More demonstrations across the state against the Trump administration's deportation policies, with some of the demonstrations turning violent. Nicolette says she was there in Los Angeles to protest peacefully.
President Trump has not been deporting criminals, actual criminals. I feel like it's just hatred and just
overall racism.
In San Bernardino, there were reports of protesters throwing rocks and bottles at police, with officers responding by firing rubber bullets. Preparations underway for heavy rains forecast to begin later today in Southern California. Julie Sheehy lives near the Eaton Fire burn scar in Altadena.
We already laid down the sandbags, and where our house is, I don't think we're worried about mudslides there, but I worry about the neighbors below us.
State Farm seeking an emergency 22% home insurance rate hike in California, also asking for the California Department of Insurance to approve a 15% rate hike for condo owners and a 38% hike for rental units. Gas prices in the state averaging $4.48 a gallon. Jeff Scott, California News.
World in California news headlines have been brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org for real-time information about the air that we breathe.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting great candidates? Well, they're not hard to find when you go to ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. People who are actively looking for jobs like yours. So it's easy to find the right person fast. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Dell Technologies is celebrating with anniversary savings on their most popular tech. For a limited time only, save on select next-gen PCs like the XPS 16, powered by Intel Core Ultra processors and more. Plus, curate your dream setup with great deals on select monitors, mice, and more must-have electronics and accessories. When you shop online at Dell.com/deals, you'll have access to leading-edge technology to match your forward-thinking spirit and free shipping on everything. Again, that's Dell.com/deals.
Page 1 of the local news is a service of El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 locations in the valley and mobile service vans that come to you wherever you are in the valley. Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, serving all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Board of Supervisors meeting. County Board of Supervisors meet today. Here's George Gale.
The meeting will be under the new meeting format. Board will discuss the agenda and conduct special presentations. They will adopt a proclamation declaring the month of February 2025 as a Career Technical Education Month, and they will adopt a proclamation declaring the week of February 7th through the 14th as National Marriage Week. A board will then go into closed session. Afternoon session begins at 1 p.m., and they will take public comments, give board member reports, and approve the consent agenda. There will also be department announcements. On the action calendar, there's only one item. That item deals with the Memorandum of Understanding for the Local Agency Formation Commission for Graphic Information System Services from February 4th, 2025 to February 4th, 2028. A board will then consider urgency items, discuss and possibly take action on items pulled from the consent calendar. They will wrap up the meeting with reports, correspondence, announcements of officers. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Teen Dating and Violence Awareness Month. February is a special month. Teen Dating Violence Awareness Month. Congress declared the Special Awareness Month in 2010. The idea is to stop dating abuse before it starts. This is done through advocacy and education. Leading the effort in Imperial County is Woman Haven. Organizations and schools nationwide organize efforts to raise awareness every February, creating a movement of passionate, informed individuals making a difference. KXO Local News Time, 7:42.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
IID Board of Directors. Here's George Gale with some details.
They will meet this afternoon. Meeting begins at 1 p.m. There are only 2 items on the action agenda. The board is expected to adopt a resolution approving board policy revisions, and they are expected to adopt a resolution directing a report on community outreach and communications. The directors will end the meeting by going into closed session. Meeting will be held in Cotton Auditorium on Broadway in El Centro. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
And the annual Mardi Gras celebration, it'll be hosted by the city of El Centro and the Imperial Valley Regional Chamber of Commerce and Los Vigilantes. Mardi Gras 2025 will be February 22nd in El Centro. There will be a street fair and Mardi Gras parade of lights. There is still time for those who want to participate, and you can contact the El Centro Chamber or the City of El Centro also for information on that. Vendors interested in the street fair, you can call the El Centro Community Center if you would like to be a vendor. The street fair starts at 5 p.m. at Main and 11th Streets on February 22nd, and the parade starts at 6 p.m. at 8th and Wensley, ending at the street fair. And the Mardi Gras King and Queen, Edward Singh and Martha Cardenas Singh, will be riding their own float on the parade. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and weather next.
Page 1 of the local news has been a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers with 3 locations in the Valley, at El Centro Motors, in the Broadway Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall, and of course, their mobile service vans that come to you.
Residents of Imperial Valley, have you accumulated a lot of prescription drugs and wondering what to do with them? Now you can drop them off at locations in the Imperial County. Dropbox locations are at Imperial County Sheriff's Office in El Centro and Brawley, Bond's Grocery Store in El Centro and Brawley, and the El Centro Police Department, plus Valley Medical Pharmacy in Brawley. No questions asked. Let's do our part, keeping these drugs off the streets and away from our kids. This message brought to you by the Imperial Valley Drug-Free Community Coalition.
And it's page 2 of the local news with a side of weather, all brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town. They have daily lunch specials Monday through Friday, and of course happy hour 3 till 6 p.m. every single day.
Brawley City Council meets this evening. Here's George Gale.
The meeting begins at 5:30 this evening. During the meeting, the council will hold a study session. During the session, they will discuss current capital improvement carryover projects, among other things. They will begin the action portion of the meeting by rescinding a resolution for the purpose of dissolving the Community Improvement Committee. They will consider whether or not specific city committees should be established or alternatives should be considered. The council will take action if any is needed. The council will be asked to approve the annual Stone Garden Agreement, and the council will consider a resolution for the procurement of goods and services from Space Savers and to purchase furniture from Office 360. A meeting will be held in the Brawley City Council chambers on Main Street in Brawley. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
Scholarship applications available. The Foundation of Education is accepting scholarship applications. The foundation operates under the Imperial County Office of Education. The applications are for high school seniors in alternative education and continuation schools and students with special needs. The scholarships aim to support students attending a career technical school, community college, or university in the fall of 2025. Last year, the foundation awarded 27 $500 scholarships, 4 Higher Education Week scholarships, and 1 UCSD Academic Connections scholarship. Scholarships can be used for tuition, academic fees, room and board, and the purchase of educational materials. Students interested in applying must submit a personal essay, a completed application, 2 letters of recommendation, and their high school transcript. The application window will close on Thursday, April 17th at 5 p.m. For more information and to apply, go to the foundation website under ICOE and look for scholarships. And the El Centro Skate Park will be closed, or it is closed, right now. Here's George Gale.
The city says it will remain closed through February 10th. Closure is due to mural work. Artists are painting the skating bowls. City of El Centro appreciates the community's patience, and they look forward to unveiling the new artwork very soon. For KXO Local News, I'm George Gale.
El Centro Police Department plans a DUI checkpoint. It'll be held on February 16th. The checkpoint will be set up at the intersection of Dogwood Road and Dannenberg Drive. The hours of operation will be from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. The police department says DUI checkpoint locations are selected based on data showing high incidences of impaired driving-related crashes. The goal of the checkpoint is to increase public safety by removing suspected impaired drivers from the road. El Centro Police Chief Robert Sawyer says impaired drivers put others on the road at significant risk. He says any prevention measures that reduce the number of impaired drivers on the roads significantly improves traffic safety. KXO Local News Time, almost 7:49. We'll take a look at weather next.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For February specials, enjoy a Rose Margarita or a refreshing Bud Light. And don't miss our plate of the month, Spaghetti a la Bolognese. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
The National Weather Service says the unseasonably strong high pressure impacting the region will again result in near record highs today of around 85 degrees. Starting tomorrow, daily highs will fall back into the upper 70s to near 80 degrees. Likely staying 5 to 10 degrees above normal into the weekend. Dry and occasionally breezy conditions are expected through this upcoming weekend. 84, the high in the valley yesterday, 48, the overnight low. It will be sunny today with a high near 84. Southeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest in the afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 55. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, becoming south-southeast after midnight. Those winds could gust as high as 20 miles an hour. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 81. West wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. 55 degrees, 54% relative humidity. The wind is calm. Air quality good in Nyland and Westmoreland. Moderate everywhere else in the valley. Local news, page 2, and the weather brought to you by Burgers & Beer. It's the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers & Beer. The Peanut Patch reminds you Valentine's Day just ahead. And the Peanut Patch, the perfect place for a Valentine's Day gift. Something very special. Homemade candies and treats, fresh English toffee, chocolate-covered raisins, orange sticks, pecan turtles made from a special family recipe. So many chocolates and so much more at the Peanut Patch in Yuma. Google the Peanut Patch. You'll get directions on how to go to the Peanut Patch, and you'll see what they have. You can order what you want on the web. Better yet, visit the Peanut Patch. Take your Valentine. And remember, the Peanut Patch ships anywhere in the universe. They have their own post office right on site. The Peanut Patch. Don't forget Valentine's Day. Make it special with a gift from the Peanut Patch. And it's sports time, brought to you by Pioneers Hospital. Pioneers Memorial Hospital, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network, working together to provide you the best care. NBA action on a Monday. In overtime, the Trailblazers beat the Suns 121-119. Warriors whipped the Magic 104-99. Pacers edged the Jazz 112-111. Nuggets beat the Pelicans 125-113. The Wizards over the Hornets, 124-114. Hawks nipped the Pistons, 132-130. Knicks beat the Rockets, 124-118. Kings edged the Timberwolves, 116-114. Thunder topped the Bucks, 125-96. And the Grizzlies, they growled. They beat the Spurs, 128-109.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
Big game coming up on Sunday, and of course, media interviews and talk and lots of things going on. Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts said the loss to the Chiefs in Super Bowl 57 lit a fire in him, and that he's focused on finishing the job this time around. Meanwhile, Travis Kelce says he has no plans to retire anytime soon, even if the Kansas City Chiefs win a third straight Super Bowl this Sunday. And in other news, in the NFL, wide receiver Cooper Kupp has been informed by the Rams that the team will be seeking a trade immediately. I don't agree with the decision and always believed it was going to begin and end in L.A., Kupp said in a statement posted to social media. Well, Cooper, it could end in L.A. Just sign with the Chargers. Don't forget Super Bowl 59, L-I-X. 59, Sunday. Our coverage on AM 1230 starts at noon. That's it for Sports Time, brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District. Log on to pmhd.org for more information about Pioneers.
Rush Steel Supply is the #1 steel distributor in the Imperial Valley that's been serving the valley for over 14 years. They have an extended inventory of carbon steel, structural steel, plow steel, plates, spars, pipes, and a whole lot more. And all of their products are stored indoors, and they deliver throughout the Imperial Valley. Visit their website, rushsteelsupply.com, or see the inventory for yourself at 703 East Main Street, El Centro. When you think steel, think Rush.
Next time, so you mean pride.
Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business, your construction site, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Beijing announced a broad package of economic measures targeting the United States, hitting back after U.S. President Donald Trump imposed 10% tariffs on Chinese imports. The fresh duties announced by China's Ministry of Finance levy a 15% tax on certain types of coal and liquefied natural gas, and a 10% tariff on crude oil, agricultural machinery, large displacement cars, and pickup trucks. The measures will take effect February 10th. The Ministry of Commerce and China's Custom Administration also announced new export controls effective immediately on more than 24 metal products and related technologies. Those include tungsten, a critical mineral typically used in industrial and defense applications, as well as tellurium, which can be used to make solar cells. And State Farm General, California's largest insurance provider, has requested an emergency interim rate hike averaging 22% for homeowners from state officials, citing a dire financial situation after destructive Los Angeles wildfires. In a letter to California's Commissioner of Insurance, State Farm said it has already received more than 8,700 claims and paid over $1 billion to customers in the wake of the wildfires. we know we will ultimately pay out significantly more, as these fires will collectively be the costliest in the history of the company, the letter said. State Farm said the emergency interim rate hike was necessary to help avert a dire situation for our customers and the insurance market in the state of California. Elsewhere, on the big board, what we see right now is green. The Dow up 17 points at 44,438. The S&P 500 up 32 points at 6,025. The NASDAQ up 219 points at 19,610. Gold, it's up again, $8.90 an ounce. You want an ounce of gold? $2,865.90. Buy now. And oil down 11 cents per barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in Imperial and Coachella Valleys. Hi, this is Jason Jackson, owner of Southwest Security. I've been in the private security business for over 25 years and have always made it my mission to always provide my clients with the highest quality security services available. Your satisfaction is my number one priority. And don't forget Southwest Postal, the only postal center in Imperial Valley with 24/7, 365 access to your post office box. Access when you need it. Located on the corner of 4th and Heil in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 84, southeast wind about 5 miles an hour, becoming west-southwest this afternoon. Mostly clear tonight with a low around 55, west winds 5 to 10 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. Wednesday will be sunny with a high near 81, west wind 5 to 10 miles an hour. We are looking at 57 degrees downtown El Centro, 51% our relative humidity. Right now, the wind out of the southeast at 325 miles an hour. Air quality is good in Nyland and Westmoreland. Air quality is moderate everywhere else. Elevated PM 2.5. Financial news and a brief look at the weather brought to you by Southwest Postal Service, the Valley's only postal box service that offers 24-hour-a-day, 365 days a year service. Southwest Postal, 4th and Heil in El Centro.
The best oldies on the radio. KXO El Centro, the Imperial Valley's local news source.
Sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Steve Kathan. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is a step closer to confirmation as the nation's health secretary after action this morning in a Senate committee.
Mr. Chairman, the final tally was 14 ayes, 13 nays.
With that, the Senate Finance Committee voted to advance the nomination of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to lead the Department of HHS. Committee Chair Mike Crapo supported it.
Mr. Kennedy has proven his commitment to the role of Secretary of the HHS.
But Senator Raphael Warnock did not.
Mr. Robert Kennedy is manifestly unqualified for the job he seeks.
Allison Keyes, CBS News, Washington.
Later today, there's a committee vote on Tulsi Gabbard, the Trump choice for Director of National Intelligence. China fired back quickly as the U.S. imposed new tariffs, Beijing imposing measures of its own, including tariffs and ordering an antitrust investigation into Google. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
The 10% tariff on Chinese goods took effect at midnight, and shortly after, China announced their retaliation, imposing a 15% tariff on coal and liquefied natural gas products, as well as a 10% tariff on crude oil, agricultural machinery, and large-engine cars imported from the U.S.
Mexico's president has begun to deploy 10,000 soldiers to the border, part of a deal to pause planned U.S. tariffs. The Justice Department wants information from the FBI today about agents who worked Capitol attack cases. CBS's Scott McFarland in Washington.
Agents were ordered to fill out a questionnaire detailing the work they conducted into the January 6th attack, including whether they made any arrests or executed any searches. It's raising fears there could be a major purge, gutting the agency of the experienced investigators who handled child exploitation cases, gun crimes, counterterrorism.
President Trump meets with Israel's prime minister today. CBS's Chris Livesay.
Here in Israel, the families and most of society at large are desperate to see more hostages released, many of them crediting Trump for making this deal possible.
Overseas, a mass shooting at an adult education center in Sweden. Reporter Warren Bull of our partners at the BBC says 5 people have been shot. One may be the shooter. Conditions are not clear.
At just after 12:30 local time, Swedish police were alerted to a possible shooting in Örebro. Loud bangs could be heard at the Risbergska school, with witnesses saying they believed an automatic weapon was being discharged. Pictures published by Swedish media appear to show pupils hiding under their desks at the school.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is down 17 points. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
A Texas dentist is ensuring bright smiles halfway around the world.
Dr. Elizabeth Akwe came to the U.S. from Ghana when she was 8 years old. She and her family settled in Garland in North Texas, where she now has her own practice. Every year she returns to her homeland, where many members of her family still live, to provide dental care to children in villages and orphanages across the West African nation.
The first time they've ever gotten their teeth cleaned, the first time they've ever seen a dentist.
Her goal is to help 3,000 patients a year.
It's a lot for patients living in the rural areas to have access to medical and health care.
Christopher Cruz, CBS News.
The number of monarch butterflies spending the winter in the western U.S. has dropped dramatically, even as federal officials move to extend protections. A conservation group counted just over 9,000 of them, the second lowest total since 1997. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
This is an important notice to all U.S. taxpayers. The IRS is giving away billions of dollars in tax savings through a federal program called the Fresh Start Initiative to aid delinquent taxpayers. This initiative was established for anyone facing financial hardship and unable to pay their back taxes. Qualifying and enrolling in this program will stop all collections, settle your delinquent tax problem, and even reduce what you owe by thousands of dollars. Call the hotline at People's Tax Relief to see if you qualify and get this free information by dialing 800-283-2427. If you have unfiled tax returns or cannot afford to pay your personal or business back taxes, you can now get the help you need. One simple phone call can resolve your tax problem and save you thousands of dollars. To see if you qualify and to get this important free information, call 800-283-2427. 800-283-2427. 800-283-2427.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Classic case of neurotic narcissism and a first-class smarty pants.
AM 1230 KXO.